Hello everybody, so Peter here down in the old man shed, and well, a bit of a shocker, isn't it? We're looking at steam engines on my layout. Well, there's only 3 of them, guys, that's all I've got. And why have I got these 3? Well, the Scotsman here is the reason why I started my DCC layout in the first place 2 years ago maybe, because when the Scotsman got fully restored 2 years ago and went back onto mainline excursion duty and everything, we had a holiday for 4 days going up to Edinburgh behind the Scotsman, and spent 2 days up in Edinburgh whilst the Scotsman did some excursions up there, and then of course we came back down south behind the Scotsman. So you go up on the east coast line and you come back down on the west coast line. So coming back, I got the lovely experience of being behind the Flying Scotsman as it went across the Ribble Viaduct on the Settle Carlisle line. So if you got across the viaduct, what better way than behind a class locomotive, you know, a steam locomotive. It's iconic, isn't it? So because of that holiday, at Carlisle station I got onto the footplate and I relieved a nugget of coal from the floor of the tender of the Scotsman before she got shovelled into the fire. So that's come from the Scotsman, and behind it in glass are little cinders. So that obviously has gone through the Scotsman, blown out the chimney, and then as we're bombing along has come through our open window on my carriage, on my table where we was wining and dining. Lovely pristine white tablecloth. All of a sudden these little black flecks start appearing on it. Well, some of them not so little, as you can see. So that was it. So I thought, right, okay, so I've got the coal before it goes in, and I've got the cinders when it's come out. So that's all from the Scotsman. She was cracking along at a fair old rate. I've never been so fast on a steam engine in my life before. So, a director told me when he come off the footplate that at one stage she'd done 87 miles an hour, which she was only supposed to have done 70, but she was like virtually brand new. She had completely rebuilt, so she was, you know, as she is now, she's running absolutely perfectly. So yeah, they gave her its head a little bit. So that was great. So when we got back, I had those mementos, but I thought I need a model of the Scotsman to put on the wall unit together with the coal. And you can't get a plastic model, but I thought to myself, I know who would do a model. Obviously Hornby would have done one. So I looked up, and there she was. I mean, I wanted a detailed one, so of course it had to be the TTS version, because I've fitted all the pipes and things like that, so you can see, and she runs okay. You have to cut the pipes down, see the steam drain pipes and everything. That's how she is. They're not as long as they come out of the packet, so I cut them down so that runs fine round my second and third radius curves, so that's good. Anyway, so got this model. Yes, it was expensive, but I thought, well, you know, it's the only way to go, and it's beautifully detailed, and you know, the running mechanism and everything is absolutely superb. And put it on display to go with the cold nugget and everything. Well, I think it took me all of about 2 or 3 days before I started thinking to myself, oh, I want, you know, here's a working model. I wonder what it would look like actually running around, you know, and what's this TTS sound business all about? Because I knew nothing about DCC. I was a DC guy. I got a layout up in the loft which was DC, obviously, and this is you know, it's fitted with sound, so it won't run on a DC. Well, it probably would, but without sound. So a little trip to my local model shop in Sidcup here. I'm in southeast London, as you know, and I picked up the a Hornby mixed freight train set, which was DCC train set. Playing across. That's what those 2 things are about. So you get like a Hornby Railroad version of the 08 and this little J-class steam engine. Both exactly the same chassis. They're both 060s and they're identical workings. It's just the body shells that's different. But they're DCC, so you get that. You get a track, you get the controller, which was the Hornby Select, and so that was it. I was ready to go down the DCC route. So once I got the baseboard sorted out, I had my first layout. So I had these two little locos and of course the Scotsman. And that was it. Started to learn about DCC. But not being, although I'm as old as I am, I don't, you know, coming from southeast London, we didn't see much steam, even though steam was being phased out. Maybe the Bricklayers Arms goods yards, which I tell you guys, for such a big area coverage, you know, it's absolutely nothing exists of it now. There's only three little elements that if you knew it was ever there, you would never know that the Bricklayers Arms was ever there. It's all housing estates and everything now. Very great shame. Wish I could go back in time. And maybe I probably saw a couple of steam, shunting engines going on there. But where I lived in Bermondsey, I'm a Bermondsey boy. I was born in Guy's Hospital next to London Bridge. And where we lived was right alongside the railway lines, which are on the brick viaducts going into London Bridge and Charing Cross. And all we have down our area was the southern region, you know, it was the EMUs, electrical, you know, and what we call the slam doors. So no steam because it was already electrified then, and so not great train spotting material to me, to be honest, because they all look, you know, once you've seen one, they all look the same. So wasn't a follower of steam, although I've been obviously behind, you know, get on them now, the Scotsman, the Belmont that goes out of Victoria, been on that one, but she only went at 60 miles an hour. She didn't go any faster, not because the engine couldn't pull it any faster, but because the Pullman carriages that you were getting wined and dined in, it's the suspension evidently. Even at 60 miles an hour that we might have been doing, I'd say it was a bit lively having your meals and trying to pour your coffee out at some stages. Yeah, it's a little bit jumpy up and down, so that's why they say they can only officially do 60 miles an hour, which I can believe. So yeah, 87 on the Scotsman, so experienced express speed, which was great. So that's what got me onto the DCC modelling, guys, the Scotsman. That's why I've got her. And obviously the H-Class there is another video on the on my channel, which explains my reason why I've got the H-Class. This is the one that's number 263, which is the Bluebell one, which is the one that I drove for a week down on the Bluebell. So got to have a model of that as well, haven't I? So that's why there. But that's it, guys. Only 3 engines I possess, because I don't know anything about steam other than what I've just said. My layout is too small, as you saw, although she pulled 4 carriages around. I really don't like to see, you know, we can't have anything longer than that, and even that was too long, and it's just a shame. So that's why I went for motive power, so I could have engines on there, not trying to pull long rakes of carriages. It wouldn't look good on this small layout. So goods engines, put in some goods wagons doesn't seem so bad, and that's why I don't even bother to have container wagons, because they're quite long wagons, and going around these tight curves, I think it looks a bit silly. I don't like it, so that's why you won't see my engines pulling freight wagons, the Freightliner type wagons. Right, so that's it. So I've made a little video with a Scotsman. Then it just follows up with just a minute or two of the H-Class and this little I think it's a J-Class steam engine, I can't remember. Very, very basic, but I'll tell you what, it's got a 3-pole motor inside it, and the 08 behind it, and it's obviously DCC, and it crawls along, as you'll see. You know, it's a really quite good performer under DCC operation, and it goes from virtually nothing to a flipping rocket ship, you know, like all these small DC motors. So yeah, I'm really quite impressed. But I mean, she's a very basic model, but a nice little representation of a small steam 060 steam engine, as is the 08. The 08 I put windows in it, I think, because it didn't even come with windows. And of course, compared to the proper 08s over there that I've got over there, you know, the detail is no comparison. But hey, there was a starter set which got me into the world of DCC, so can't complain. But there we are, guys. So that's why I'm down here. That's why the Scotsman's on the line, and the H-Class, and my lump of coal, just to explain why with the new camera. I thought I'd take some shots, and just to keep Robert happy, just to prove to him that I still, you know, get them out of the box every now and then. As you saw, she's running absolutely beautifully, and the mechanism is second to none. It's working lovely. I mean, she's a lovely looking engine, and of course that is delivery that it is current, which I, you know, had my holiday behind. So there we are. So that's my memories of my trip up to Edinburgh behind the Scotsman. Alright, guys, so as I say, just a small little running session with lots of shots of the steam engines, and you've got a couple more to come, only a minute or so, but there you go. Alright everybody, so bye for now, and see you soon. Alright, goodbye chaps, bye.